For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Suffering from dry, tired, irritated eyes? Don't let dry eyes win. Use Systane Pro. It hydrates, restores, and protects dry eyes for up to 12 hours. Systane Pro. Triple action dry eye relief.
Hey there, fictional friends, and welcome to another episode of Fully Booked. I'm Megan.
And I'm Shirin.
And it is week 2 of November. Over here on the pod, which we, have told you already is kind of a free-for-all, catch-all kind of month, because we're just talking about some, adaptations, mostly new stuff.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because we're getting the opportunity to, hop on the bandwagon of new releases. We talked about Frankenstein last week. We're going to be coming at you because we did part 1 of Wicked. We're going to be talking about Wicked for Good this month as well to finish all of that up, and just kind of have 1 or 2 relevant conversations about things.
But
except today. Today's irrelevant.
I don't know why. I've been trying to get us to do an episode on this for a while.
You haven't
because
you?
I've seen the movie, I've read the book.
That's why.
I like the movie personally,
okay.
And I'll tell you why. But Megan's always just I don't know what that is. I have no interest in it. We have very different tastes in things.
We have very different tastes in romance.
We do. Yeah, Megan likes it if there's a lot of ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, I mean, I like it if my romance is dark, but also has some actual proper comedy to it. If it better be funny, which is why in that world of romance, Brynn Weaver is at the top of my fucking list.
Yeah,
her stuff is so good. I have not had a chance to read Tourist Season yet, but I've only heard phenomenal things, and I'm so looking forward to get a chance to do it. I have a couple of ARCs and stuff that I need to bang out.
Oh yeah.
But oh my god, I'm looking forward to it anyway.
Well, this is it, and you like that kind of thing. I'm you're very typical, I like a southern romance.
And you like sweeter.
Yes, I
stuff.
like a sickly sweet romance.
Yeah, you like stuff that's a lot sweeter. I'm whoa. I'm oh, this is so sugar-coated. I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Exactly.
It rots my teeth. Basically, I can't deal with that shit.
Yeah. But before we get started, we haven't done a What's on Your Nightstand in a long time.
Oh, God, you're right. Okay, you go first.
So I'm not yet finished, but I'm about halfway through Fairy Tale by Stephen King.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So for anybody listening, I love a good, great American novel.
You do.
I love it. Love a Norman Rockwell painting in a novel.
This has been such a funny conversation, or I guess such a funny or interesting sort of thing to watch happen to you. Because as somebody who's consumed multiple Stephen King stories, and as you who has never read one in your entire life.
Not all the way through. No. I started it and I gave up because I found it boring.
Oh gosh, it's long.
It was long.
That should not be your first one.
No, well that was it. I think my first foray was a bad choice.
It was a bad choice.
Because I abandoned it.
Genuinely good book, but man, that was not the best option.
No, I don't think so. And so I think I never really kind of paid attention to his writing style in that one. Because I gave up so quickly.
I think you were so bogged down by the length of the plot.
Well, that was it. I don't even know how far I got in that book. I think I got to the point with Ben when he at some point when he's older.
Oh, sure.
Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I wasn't really into it. However, Fairy Tale was written in 2022 by Stephen King.
Yes.
And it's a horror fantasy. I'm loving it. I love the writing style. I'm loving, the characters.
Yeah.
it's just like reading like To Kill a Mockingbird. Like it kind of feels like that's what he was going for a little bit. Almost like, it's not what he was going for. I'm just saying like, that's the vibe I get from the way that the characters are described. You know, because you got the Boo Radley character kind of.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay.
That's the way I see it, but I'm enjoying it. Not got to the horror portion yet. And god damn it, if this dog dies in this book, I am not going to be happy.
Don't spoil it for her. If you comment on anything, don't spoil it for her. That will be upsetting.
Anyway, Megan, what's on your nightstand?
Okay, so I mean, at the time that we're recording this, we're just at the end of the cusp of spooky season.
Right.
And I mean, to be fair, this entire time of year, basically from like September all the way through end of November, all I read is like horror or thriller or anything to do with that at all. So I've got a few that I've gotten through. So I got around to reading The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim, which is very much like very feminist horror. It explores the like Korean American experience, the way that Asian women are hypersexualized by white men in particular, but comes at things from the angle of a young woman, a college age student who is Korean American, lives with her sister and parents. Her father leaves the family. They struggle greatly, and her mother begins dating a white man who is disgusting, and a deplorable human being who acts like awfully towards her, is clearly like hiding many things about himself. But the I don't even know how to describe it without giving too much away. The character's name is Ji-won, the main character, and she begins to spiral a bit in her personal life and dealing with like what the men in her life have done to her.
Understandable.
Her father's abandonment, these other men who she's coming across, a classmate of hers who acts incredibly bizarrely with her, like those sorts of things, and her own like experiences that she's dealing with, and begins to spiral and develop a hyper fixation of sorts with like people's eyes and eyeballs.
Oh, wow.
It starts with like a fish eye thing when her mom makes like a particular type of like dish, and she's like, here, who wants to eat the eyeballs? And you're like, whoa. Anyway, but then it becomes a fascination with like human eyes and possibly wanting to consume them. Anyway, it's interesting. It's really gross. Like there's a lot of it that you're like, oh god, yuck.
Oh, it would be one of those that I'd be reading like this.
Kind of, yes. Yeah. But it does also offer a unique and very interesting sort of perspective on a young woman's like experience like this, and kind of a descent into madness of sorts. It's interesting. It's very interestingly written book. Interesting. I quite enjoyed it.
I feel like this is something my husband would enjoy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other book that I finished more recently is called Breathe In, Bleed Out by Brian Macaulay. This one is a little more like slasher format. It's about a woman who was on a hiking trip a year prior with her fiance, who unfortunately we don't know all the details at first, but he died while they were on the trip, and she was basically trapped with him out in the wilderness.
Oh, wow.
She wound up having to leave his body behind.
Oh, wow.
And this is a year later, and now she's still struggling greatly with the trauma of what occurred, and there is like sort of more to that aspect of the story than we understand at first, even though you can kind of glean a little something from it. A year later.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more, or visit tremfyaradio.com.
We all take good care of the things that matter. Our homes, our pets, our cars. Are you doing the same for your brain? Acting early to protect brain health may help reduce the risk of dementia from conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Studies have found that up to 45% of dementia cases may be prevented or delayed by managing risk factors you can change. Make brain health a priority. Ask your doctor about your risk factors and for a cognitive assessment. Learn more at brainhealthmatters.com.
She's a doctor. A year later, her best friend, she's been ignoring a lot of people over the past year and just going to therapy, really, and developed like a bit of like a pill problem because she has terrible nightmares and all that stuff. A friend of hers, very new agey, invites her, they live in California, and invites her on this wellness retreat in Joshua Tree, which is super exclusive. They don't advertise. They have no socials. It's very remote. You disconnect completely. There's no cell service, all that kind of stuff, right? And so invites her on this along with like their college friends and stuff who she's lost contact with largely. They go to this retreat, and of course what starts as, I guess, what should be like a good exploration and a way to maybe combat some of what she's experienced and try to move forward and move away from things and start over becomes obviously something a lot more dangerous as slowly but surely the people who are at the retreat begin being picked off by an assailant of some sort.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so she has to work her way through finding out who the killer is, obviously, while also coming to terms with all of the issues that she's dealt with and that she dealt with over the past year, both while she was still in the relationship and since her fiance died as well.
Interesting. Yeah. It's kind of like personifying her grief.
To a degree, yeah. It's just like it was well written. It was really well paced. I really liked the lead character in particular. I thought she was great. And, it had some fun twists. As a slasher format does, it's always the whodunit, who's the killer, what are they doing, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So it was a fun one. It would make a good movie, actually.
Actually, yeah. As you were describing it, I'm like, I would watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like a good slasher.
That would be fun. Okay.
Indeed.
Oh, crikey. Shall we get into what we're talking about today?
Okay, so Megan has neither seen this movie nor read the book. As you can tell, I dragged her kicking and screaming into this discussion.
So if you can, I will caveat and say that I've been on a business trip and I'm exhausted and I forgot to watch the movie, but also I didn't want to. And so
fair enough.
So all of this has turned into, this is going to be like a really fun lesson to a degree, or like a teaching moment where Shirin's going to walk me through this film and like its sort of general plot and story and everything, and we can chat a little bit about how some of it differs, because like you said, you've read the book as well, and just we're just kind of riff on it and riff on one of these super sickly sweet romances that she loves so much, and she loves to drag me into watching every single summer. We've talked about this before when we get into the whole like, which Nicholas Sparks adaptations are we watching this year, and I'm like, oh, none of them. God.
Oh, but side note, there will be a new one that we have to watch and read.
Well, okay, I don't know if it's getting a movie though.
It is. They've already had the rights.
Of course,
to it.
Shyamalan's probably directing it as well.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
So there's a. Actually, I sent you the details about it.
About the movie part. I only remember you saying anything about the book.
Okay. So if you go on Spotify Premium, if you have it, you can listen to the audiobook.
Right.
But look, so there is a new book called Remain. It is a supernatural love story written by Nicholas Sparks and M. Night Shyamalan.
This is
I'm so excited.
This is just like a mashup no one asked for, but is also the most fascinating thing I've heard in a long time.
So it's all about like I don't know. I don't really know what it's about, but it kind of looks like it's a love story, like a supernatural love story. I'm assuming there's a ghost involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Anyway, but it already says coming soon as a major motion picture directed by M. Night Shyamalan and starring. Are you ready for this? This is why I sent you this.
Oh God, I should have looked at this more. Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Shut the fuck
and
up.
Phoebe Dynevor.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. So I think it's kind of spooky-ooky. But there, anyway, whatever.
God.
This is a tangent, but I am so excited for this.
Oh, this is so weird. Oh, this is so weird.
So great.
This is ridiculous. Okay.
Anyway.
Listen, whatever. If you know about it, cool. If you don't, just, I guess, be on the lookout for it and just assume that at some point, Shirin and I are going to talk about this because it's so weird.
I know. but so good. Okay.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Forever My Girl, which the only thing I can contribute to this, the movie came out in 2018. It's if I'm not mistaken, it's based on the novel of the same name by Heidi McLaughlin.
Correct.
Which I'm not seeing a publication year for, but I'll check after. Movie is currently sitting at a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb and 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. Although the audience score is super high, it's 78%.
Yeah, okay. See, this is what I'm telling you. It's not a bad movie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Forever My Girl, it's the story of Liam... Okay, hang on a minute.
The novel was published in 2012, sorry, just as like a side note, and is part of a series by Heidi McLaughlin, which the series is called Beaumont, which currently has 7 entries into the series.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, I'm going to have to get crack-a-lackin' on that.
Yeah, you might want to get moving, Shirin. You're so slow.
Sorry. Okay. Liam Page.
Oh, no wonder.
Okay. That's why I got confused.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, I'm not that much of a div. Okay, so, Forever My Girl, it follows the story of Liam Page, who's a country musician, but he's, big. He's, as big as, Keith Urban big.
Is Keith Urban big, or is that just after this all the divorce stuff now, I'm like, oof, I don't know.
Who's a very beloved, I don't know, I like Zach Bryan, but I don't think he's that big.
I don't know, he's probably big enough. Who's the one who was on, who was an American Idol judge for ages there?
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of The Voice?
No.
Blake Sheldon?
No, not Blake Sheldon, the other one, the younger one. I'm not going to remember.
Wow. Okay, clearly we don't really listen to that much country music.
Well, we do, but I don't remember anybody's name.
Whatever. Okay, so Liam Page is a, international superstar.
Sure.
And so the movie starts, and I'm mostly going to run through the movie, but the movie starts where Liam wakes up in his hotel room after, a crazy night of boinking yet another girl.
Like a group or something, sure.
And she's jumping up and down on the bed, and she breaks his cell phone, or he thinks she's broken his cell phone, and he completely loses it, and he goes running barefoot through the streets to find a store that will fix his cell phone. It's one of these crappy flip phones from way back when, and it's falling apart, and it's taped together and stuff, and he's a millionaire, so it's why does he have this phone? So he finds a store, they fix it, and obviously there's paparazzi everywhere, people running after him. Ew. There's been a flashback, I believe, before this, where they kind of do a bit of a context dump, where they show Liam and Josie. So Josie is getting ready for her wedding, and Liam leaves her at the altar. Because
also, can I jump in?
Yeah.
Josie in this movie is played by Jessica Raw.
Yeah.
Who plays Tree in Happy Death Day.
Yes.
And Happy Death Day to You. She is the lead character.
Yes.
I love those movies.
Yes.
I don't know why she did this. I love Paycheck.
When did Happy Death Day come out?
2017.
Okay, Paycheck.
So it was the year before.
No, this was after. Yeah,
this
was
what
after.
I mean. It was Happy Death Day was the year before this.
Yeah.
I love those movies, and I also love her performance in those films. I will.
Yeah, she's
be specific
awesome.
About it.
She's so funny.
At the time that we're recording this episode, I rewatched that movie yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's so fun. It never gets old. It's incredibly well written and well staged, but also her performance really carries a really major part of that film.
I like those movies because of her.
Oh, they're so great.
She's funny.
The through line of her character change, all the stuff that happens.
She's just so annoyed that this is happening to her.
If you're icked out by a lot of scary horror and stuff like that, it's PG-13. It's very bloodless. Yeah. It's got a fun, campy horror slasher format to it, and there's a time loop that she gets stuck in, and it's so fun, and they're just enjoyable films.
Yes.
So.
But yeah, she plays Josie, so he leaves her at the altar because I think my understanding is that the night before he got married, he received a phone call to say that he was getting signed as a country music singer.
Oh, so he dipped so he could go be famous?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what an asshole.
Yeah.
Why do we like this character?
Well, yeah, so he dips, he goes, so this is 8 years later when he's getting his cell phone repaired.
Yeah.
And, like, he's made it big in the 8 years. I'm led to understand throughout the movie, and I think in the book they mention it as well, he's, like, got a substance abuse problem. Like, he's, like, into drugs, alcohol, whatever. Like, it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll for this guy. Because he's a internationally acclaimed musician.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, he gets a phone call around, the same day or whatever, that his best friend was killed. And so he has to go back home for the funeral.
Jesus.
And he's from, like, very small town Louisiana.
Got it.
And so he shows up. And, like, when I say small town, like, everybody knows everybody.
Right. One of those, yeah.
Like, there's, like, one church. Everybody goes to the church.
Sure.
His dad is the pastor. He's Pastor Brian. There was a lot of comparisons with this movie and, like, a Nicholas Sparks kind of feel.
I mean, it definitely sounds like that.
It very much does. So he goes back home. Everybody knows him.
Okay.
Nobody is pleased to see him.
Okay. So, wait, sorry. So, my question then would be, is it because everybody loved Josie?
Yes.
And they're like, fuck this guy?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So,
that's fair.
he grew up in this town. He was, like, the football superstar.
Right.
He was going to marry his high school sweetheart. They all loved them. They all loved Josie. And
he was trying to make it as a singer, blah, 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 blah. Yes.
And Liam dipped. He left her at the altar. And so he goes home and nobody is happy to see him.
Right.
Even his father doesn't want to see him because he's also stopped talking to his dad in this whole thing.
Wow, okay.
He, like, kind of runs off from his manager because he's like, I gotta go back home and, like, you know, there's a funeral, and his manager's like, Liam, like, you're on tour, and he's like, whatever, I don't care.
Have contractual obligations.
Well, yeah.
They always make that look that way in movies, eh? And you're like, you know, you'd be sued by the record label.
You would
there would be so many things red tape wise that you would not be allowed to do that.
They actually do allude to that, like, later on in the movie because he tries it again, and, like, his, like, I don't know who she is, like, marketing someone, and she's like, I don't fucking think so.
PR or whatever.
Yeah, like, he's like, she's like, I don't fucking think so. Anyway, so he dips, he goes to the town, nobody's happy to see him. They do the whole funeral service. He sees Josie, and she punches him in the gut after the funeral service.
Nice.
Because she just hates him.
Yeah, well, you know what? I feel like that's justified, so.
Right. On top of that, he sees that Josie has a little girl named Billy.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Who is about 7 years old.
Oh.
And she looks exactly like Liam.
Of course.
And she's, like, the cutest little girl.
Of course.
She's very funny. The actress who plays her. Very funny. Anyway, so Liam then kind of puts two and two together equals 4.
Sure.
Finds out that his dad knew that he had a daughter. Josie had tried to tell him. She had left him a voicemail on his phone 2 weeks after he left her at the altar, and she found out she was pregnant.
Okay.
That's why he keeps the cell phone, because he had a voicemail from Josie on the cell phone.
But did he ever listen to the voicemail?
No, and he never replied to it or anything. So he just keeps this cell phone because of this voicemail.
Oh my god, okay, that's weird. You would listen to the voice.
I don't know if he listened to it, but anyway, as an audience, we don't hear the voicemail until later on.
Okay, all right.
So I don't know if he listens to it or whatnot. But anyway, so he has no idea he's got a daughter. He goes back home. Everybody hates him. And they've all been looking after his kid, basically. Like, the community has come together to help Josie,
to help raise her, of course, yeah.
She owns a florist. He keeps going in and out of the florist to try and see her, and she's like, Liam, fuck off. Like, you know,
for real.
You know, I've got my life. Like, you left. You made your choice.
Yep.
Good for you. Like, you're an international pop star. She's like, nobody here ever went to the press or said anything about you. Like, you're very lucky that we all loved you enough for that.
Like, actually, he's a total piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, nobody ever made a buck off your name. Like, so just take your life and off you go.
Yeah.
But Liam can't let it go. He wants to be with Josie, yada, 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 as you can imagine. You know, he then wants to spend time with Billy. Billy's got some actual, like, musical abilities, so they kind of bond over,
of course,
her playing the guitar, like, learning the guitar with him, and it's really nice. And then Josie starts to kind of warm up to him. Everything's going really well, and then one day they're at a barbecue, and Billy starts to choke, and Liam just freezes. He has no idea what to do. He's just kind of, like, watching her. And Josie's brother, Jake, who's basically helped raise Billy, runs over, does the Heimlich maneuver, saves her. and says to Liam, like, basically, go away. Like, leave us alone.
Like, if you can't even do anything in an emergency situation.
Yeah, there's no point in you being around. Yeah. So, like, Liam goes on a whole spiral, starts drinking again, and then he leaves. He, like, writes a note and then leaves and is like, y'all are better off without me, blah-de-blah. So there's all this, like, reconciliation between, like, Liam kind of coming to terms with the fact that also his mom died and he has, like, unresolved grief from it. His dad kind of was the same. He drank himself into a stupor before, like, finding Jesus, I guess. And so, anyway, so Liam never really learned how to deal with grief, and, like, that's what he blames for the fact that he left Josie at the altar and all that, and then dips out again at the end of the movie.
My God!
Yeah. Then it's his actual manager, like his music manager, who's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you have a kid. Like, go back to your teeny tiny ding dong town, you know? Like, like, what are you doing? And then his PR manager's like, no, we own you. And he's like, just watch me. Anyway, there's some banging tunes in the movie. They're all original, I think. It's like,
yeah, like they wrote them for the film, yeah.
And there's a really cute one that the little girl sings with her dad, and it's really sweet.
And so he goes back, reconciles, I assume, with
and then
Josie.
He gets married to Josie finally, and then the last scene is him and Billy, like, singing at her school talent competition or whatever. It's very cute, very wholesome. The difference with the book, what I will say, is that in the book, I absolutely detested the characters.
Okay.
Josie was, like, a bit of a div. Like, she was like, oh, Liam, and it was like, I love you, no, I shouldn't love you, oh, Liam, I love you, no, I shouldn't love you. And then they just kept, like, having sex, like, all the time,
and you're like, oh, I don't have the patience.
And he was
for
not
this.
Nice to her. Like, even when he came back, he was like, ooh, like I kind of own you, kind of thing. Like, this is what I recall from reading it, because I was reading it. I was listening to the audiobook of it, and, like, I was listening and kind of, you know, dozing off and whatnot, but I kept waking up being like, ew, what the fuck? Like,
you woke up, you were like, oh, the audacity.
Every time I was like, why? Like, I liked him so much better in the movie.
Interesting. Actually, the actor who plays him, his name is Alex Rowe. He's an English actor.
Yeah, he's very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, great singing voice, too.
Oh, that's
I think
good.
he sang all the songs.
Yeah.
So, like, if you go on Spotify and you look for the soundtrack.
Yeah, like, you can listen to the songs.
It is actually Alex Rowe singing. Okay. But anyway, so big difference in the characters, I would say, in the book versus the movie. Overall, it's a very similar plot.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much the same.
It's really just maybe they were written to be more likable.
I think so. Like, and they had a lot of chemistry, the two actors in the movie. Whereas in the book, I was like, oh my God, dump him.
Yeah, like, why would anyone want a relationship with this person who's
awful?
awful?
Like, he doesn't seem to have any, like, apology for his behavior, and there's no, like, redeeming qualities of his behavior. And so I'm just like, I don't like where this is going. Yeah. You know, whereas, like, in the movie, you're like, yeah, okay, like, you know, he recognized that he was a piece of shit and he made a big mistake, and, like, he's trying now.
And we're actually, like, doing something with this. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, but in the book, I was just like, I really don't like these characters, not one bit. So that like, in a nutshell, it's not like a literary masterpiece, but it's fun.
We know it's going to be one of those, like, that's it, wholesome small town romances.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Exactly, that's it. But you get
with some original country songs playing, and, like, if that's what you're in the mood for, because you want to kind of turn your brain off and just have, like, a sweet little romance on your TV, this is a great movie for that.
I can definitely understand why. Like, you know, I think just state of the world, we're all kind of looking for certain levels of escapism, and for a lot of people, something like this is going to offer that amount of escapism that you're looking for, like that type of feeling where you're like, oh good, I can just not pay attention to anything else and just, like, watch this, like, you know, sort of silly, pretty unrealistic little small town romance story, and then not have to, you know, that's it, like, focus on anything else. Stop doom scrolling, stop doing all of those things. I have actually gotten into the habit now a lot of the time, particularly, like, before bed, where there is no more, like, scrolling through.
I need to stop
things
doing that.
Where now I'm like, I am reading. I pick up my book, I read. It doesn't matter even if it's only like 10, 15 pages if I'm really tired, whatever the case may be. There's
no more, stop yourself from scrolling.
There's no more doom scrolling. We're not doing that anymore because it's just, I don't know, I can like feel the build of it over the course of this year. And I'm like, nope, I think it is time to disconnect a little bit from any piece of media, every type of drama that people decide to come up with and be angry about, and whatever people are shouting about online now, and just kind of like get away from a lot of the negativity that exists. So I could see why even also a series of books like this would be a really easy level of escape for people, obviously.
100%. You know, like you said, there's 7 of them in this series. I'm like, maybe I'll just get right into those because you know, I'm loving my Stephen King book, but it's still quite heavy, you know, course, and like, you know, it's very like doom and gloom
pretty
and stuff.
Heavy themes a lot of the time.
You know, like I said, the dog, but
also like, and also like a lot of, I don't know as much about like some of the newer stuff because I haven't read many of like his newer things, but like a lot of his older stuff, like it is very, the stylization is very great American novel, but it's great American novel with a lot of nihilism.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's already been like alcoholism and like all that covered in this one, you know.
That's it.
And it's like, oh, like this guy's life is back on track. I'm sure it's just gonna go again, you know.
You're like, oh Jesus, there's so many pages left.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man. But like this is why everything that you just said. This is why I like these types of books and movies because it's just nice, you know. It's just like. Small town, nothing complicated.
Exactly.
And, you know, they reconcile at the end. Everybody's happily ever after. And it's like, I could use a bit of happily ever after right now.
Exactly. You know what? So hopefully if you're listening to this episode, then even this our little chat about this has been some form of silly little escapism for you. If you're in the market or looking for something like that. Maybe it's either turned you on to something like this or given you an idea of something else that you can also do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think we could all use a little bit of a mental health break in general right now.
Social media break, people. Like, I, as a rule, try and stay away from social media as much as possible.
You really don't have much of it in the first place.
I don't.
So. And it's still, I find, becoming harder and harder.
It is. Like, all I have is a Facebook page, and, like, even I don't post anything. I barely look at it.
I know.
I mostly look at recipes and stuff on there. But when I open up Reddit, oh boy, is that doom.
At this point, my only safe space social media-wise is like Pinterest because it's all...
it's just pictures.
It's all photos and recipe blogs and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, oh, it's warm and cozy.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I know. And it's hard because you're balancing between like, do I just remain ignorant of everything?
Yeah.
Or do I try and stay in the loop?
It's such a question.
How much do I need to be in the loop?
Yep.
Like, it's a tough one.
It's such a difficult sort of tussle mentally to have with yourself about like at what point do I preserve myself a little bit and maybe it means that I'm not up to date on certain current events because I just need to not be in the middle of all of it all the time.
I agree.
Anyway, hopefully you guys also feel the same way and you've just been here for like a fun little episode. Like I said, should be next week. We should be coming at you with a Wicked episode within the next like week and a half. We should be having that episode drop, so that'll be fun because you guys will be able to follow along with us for that as well. And then we'll be wrapping things up with a bit of a discussion at the end of the month since we've got like another big fantasy drop happening, right? Publication happening at the end of the month with Brimstone on its way. So we're going to have a little chat about some stuff in the fantasy space as well. And riff on that. As usual, in the meantime, you can keep up with all of our updates and everything we have going on over on our socials. So Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, we're at fullybookedca. You can also head over to fullybooked.ca where our lovely team of contributors are regularly publishing things like lists, recommendations, reviews of either currently published books or maybe some ARCs if you want something to look forward to. So definitely go over there and check all of that out. But in the meantime, guys, keep on reading.
Thanks, everyone.